welcome back. I did this chair just for fun, just to kind of see how it would go. I picked it up at a thrift store for about $10. I definitely made sure it looked clean enough to work with. I still gave it a really good cleaning before I started to paint it, especially with the vacuum and then Autobahn. And I also took some tape into the crevices. Even though I used my crevice tool with my vacuum, I also wanted to make sure I pulled everything out that could get stuck to my brush and get into my paint. So I just started coating it with primer. I would typically pour it out when I'm painting on fabric, but I barely had any left in the can, so I knew I was going to be tossing it when I was done. So now I'm just going over the entire piece with a sanding block. You can't really see what you've done with the block, but you can definitely feel a difference. So I'm making sure I'm getting everything. And then before I did my paint, I wiped it down with another microfiber cloth. So now I'm just applying my first layer of paint, and this is called driftwood, and it's a beautiful neutral tone. That way it'll go well with my transfer that I'm going to apply later. And I'm just applying it with a lot of water. So I have my spray bottle handy, and I'm just spraying and painting, trying to get full coverage, but also trying to get an even layer of coverage. So once the paint dried, it felt really stiff and not like fabric. So don't freak out if you do try it. After you sand it, it gets a lot softer. And then even the final step of sealing with wax kind of helps soften it too. So now that layer of paint is on, I want to go ahead and apply my transfer. And I like to lay it out. And that way I can see what pieces I want to cut out to allow it to fit my project better. And this one is by Redesign with Prima. I usually just follow the instructions that are on the container it comes in. And so I feel like it still needs something. I want to add some stripes, and I'm going to use an iridescent pearl paint for that. Stripes are really easy to do. You just need some painter's tape and a little bit of patience. So I'm going to also add a little bit more of the pearl paint with some other stencils. I want them to be a little bit rustic. They don't need to be perfect. So I'm also going to apply that paint heavier in certain areas and not worry about getting perfect coverage. After finally sanding some of my transfers, I'm going to go ahead and seal the entire project with Clear Wax by Jolie. And this is going to seal my transfer, but also seal my chair at the same time. And it is finally done. Colt approves. Remember to like and subscribe. Have an awesome week.